All of us have moments as a developer where we're scared and afraid that we can't do things, we can't get a job, where we feel like we're alone and just need some help, but you don't have that. And I want to make sure you guys understand that's okay. What I need you to do is, once you're scared and afraid, you have a plan to actually move forward. And I got 3 things in this video that I'm gonna cover so that once you get scared and afraid as a developer, you have a course of action to put yourself in a position to win. Let me explain. So, what do all 3 of these have in common? If not done correctly, you will always be in this state of fear and afraid, don't know what you're doing, and it's okay to be afraid. The problem is if you are in this state all the time with no plan of attack and you just feel yourself as hopeless, we do not want you to get put in that position. So number 1, guys, it's always best to be looking for resources, professional resources, coding resources. Always be looking for resources, guys. I'm saying, when you're writing code, when you're dealing with a particular framework, have a buddy who knows SQL, have a buddy who knows Python a little bit more than you, have a buddy who knows JavaScript, have a buddy who works in a business where you can bounce some ideas off of if you got questions about a business. You can't be sitting here in this silo and don't have no help, guys. And I'm not asking you just every time you code, you have to go out to these people. No, when you got a new project or you want something to bounce off somebody, just some new ideas, or when you're just stuck on a particular portion of your code, you just need somebody just to talk it through so that they can look at it to make sure it makes sense to them. And that alone will put you in a position to actually get into problem solving mode, because you're breaking it down. And then you're going to be put in a position where, okay, I'm not alone working on this code and I don't have any direction. Just by bringing in that second person just to review your code or bounce something off of and make sure it makes sense, gonna put you in a position to win, guys. I can't cover all of these details in this video, but number 6 step in my 7-step guide, we cover this in detail so that different areas of the business or in your code, you are put in a position where you're not necessarily just sitting out there alone, guys. But let's do this, guys. Do me a favor. Let's go into the description box and our comment section and tell me when the last time you was afraid as a developer. What are you doing to actually put yourself in a position to win? Don't let this job stress you out, guys, because it will. And it will stress you out even before you get the job, because you just feel like you're in this state of don't know what's going on. Future is uncertain. So you need to make sure you do that, guys. So let's have a conversation in the comment section, guys. Number 2, guys, do not leave yourself out on an island by yourself. Do not do this. I can tell you guys right now. You think you're going into this thinking that, hey, I'm the only programmer that's going to be working on enterprise level software in the company. I'm alone. Don't do that, guys. Always make sure that you're not alone. Don't leave yourself out on an island. I can't stress this enough, because at the end of the day, when you're alone, you tend to be too siloed sometimes. I like to be alone when I have specifics. Things I need to do. I've done this. Been there, done this. Repetitive steps. Everything's great. But once you get into this new area of new stuff, or something that's uncertain to you, or it's just come out the blue, there's no plan of attack, that's when you actually need to start to gather additional information, points, and get more detail so that you can actually address these specifically, guys. And you do not want to be on that island by yourself. Even if you're the only developer. Let me give you a perfect example of this. A lot of you guys want to go do custom framework, customs, programming languages and all that stuff, which there's a time and place for that. But don't start there, guys. Always do some reviews to actually see if there's a JavaScript library out there, Python library you can leverage, because that code is already tested. It's everybody reviewing it, so that you're less likely to be left out on an island by yourself when you are using existing frameworks, guys. Same with the business thing, guys. You're just attacking a problem and not necessarily seeing who actually solved this problem prior to you. It's going to help you guys out. I'm telling you now, If you don't do this, you're gonna always be afraid. You're just gonna always be afraid. And I kind of hate this for you guys, because at the end of the day, we need to actually start solving problems for people. It's hard to do that when you are afraid, you're not certain. People can see it on your face, your confidence level down, and you just start to get sick, literally sick, guys. But again, we got to cover all this in our 7-step guide. Links are below to that. And also our 30-day developer course. If you already signed up for my 7-step guide, enroll in a 30-day developer course so that you are not alone, guys. You're not on an island by yourself. You got a community behind you that's going to actually let you get the job. And also, once you get the job, you have a path forward, a roadmap, so that you're always on a track. You're always in a state of certainty. And when you rear off a little bit, step back, look at the 7-step guide or the 30-day developer course. It's going to get you right back on track, guys. So go ahead, links in the description for that. And I'll see you guys in that course. Last but not least, guys, always do a backup. Always have a rollback plan. You got to have a backup plan. I can't stress this enough. This always happens. A developer, let's just use a SQL developer, go into a live system, have a stored procedure that they have to edit. They go in and edit the stored procedure without making a backup copy. They go in a stored procedure in a live database. This is not a vault, no version and control, no Git, no nothing. Just go into a system and actually start making changes. No. Before you actually get started working or making changes to a system, take that backup. What this does for you, hell or hot water, you have a plan to get the system back up. Hell or hot water, you can go right back here and everything's gonna be fine. Put the time and the date and all this stuff. This is additional to Git, because I'm assuming, well, more than likely you guys don't use Git. That's a whole nother video. I probably have to make a video specifically on Git, because there's a lot of stuff you guys are not doing. But kind of taking a step back, assuming that you don't have Git or you're not using Git, you go in there and change on a production system, and then once all hell breaks loose, you don't know what to do. Things are broke. You bringing in developers like myself and all that stuff, like help. And the first question I'm gonna ask you is, when did this break? And then you're gonna like, well, 15 minutes ago, once I changed the code. I was like, let's go back and look at the original code before the changes. That's when you're gonna be up the creek, because now you don't have that starting point to go back on and actually see where you're at. Now we're in this hole together. We're trying to fight the battle. We don't even have no kind of structure. We don't know what changed. So because what happens, guys, is when you're coding, you're on this path. You got this track. You're on this mindset. Something happened, and then you get over here. Then something happened, you go over here. Now you have to take a break. Now you ended up getting confused. Now you're back right here, and you don't know your original intent. It starts to squirrel up your mind. A squirrely mind creates squirrely code, and now you're screwed and you don't have a roadblock. But again, guys, I'm not gonna belabor this point, but what I really need you guys to do is to take a step back and make sure, if you don't take anything from this video, is to make sure you have that backup. Backup. Ideally, I want you to be using Git, and when you're using Git, have a backup on top of the Git versioning control as well. But if you don't have Git, just do a backup. That's gonna help you guys so much. But again, guys, I can't cover all this on this video. What I need you guys to do, go ahead and check out that 7-step guide, guys. Go sign up for that. It's free. And if you already signed up for that, get the 30-day developer course. Also, like, subscribe to my content, guys. We're gonna start doing a lot more consistent videos. Got a lot of things planned for you guys, so stay tuned for that. So subscribe to the channel so you can get to that. And I'll put a link to my 7-step guide here on the screen. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.